How more can you define adventure than us standing on a platform at the neck of a 300-year-old tree in the middle of a rainforest here in Ghana? Welcome to the Kakum National Park. Undoubtedly, this is one of the most visited tourist sites in the country, Ghana. There are lots of adventures and fun activities to undertake when you come to this national park. But what we are focusing our attention on today in this video is the canopy walkway.
Let me show you what it is to come to the Kakum National Park. The processes you go through, some of the things you see, the experience you go through as well.
Yeah, I want to.
I'm sure you would agree with me that it's the most adventurous and adrenaline rushing activity here. Even from the first scene, the opening scene of this video, where we were on the platform and the drone shot went all the way to review the landscape, and you could literally see that we were somewhere within the necks of the trees, and it's humanly impossible to get to that height, but that's the ingenuity of human engineering. So when you come to this national park, there's a long trail of walk to be made within the rainforest before you make your way to the canopy walkway. In the national park, there are 7 suspended bridges and they are held onto trees. The bridges are held onto trees, very big trees, and they are held on with metal strings, very strong metal strings. And most of the trees that hold onto these suspended bridges are over 300 years old. So it tells you how strong and mature these trees are. So the adventure factor about these bridges is that because they are being held with strings onto trees, once people move on it, people get onto it and it accumulates weight, it wobbles and moves around, and that's a scary and adventure factor of this whole activity. In the same vein, it kind of rekindles the light of adventure within you as an individual. So if you are acrophobia, if you have the fear for heights, I'm not sure you might want to try this, but sometimes just challenge yourself and then go all out and face your fears. Because the national park is a rainforest, it rains every now and then, sometimes it drizzles, so the forest floor is very slippery, so walking here needs extra care so you don't slip and fall. Walking up the trail to the canopy walkway, there is this shed here which has been made or provided for tourists who get tired whilst walking up the trail, so you can take some rest and then continue. So as I mentioned earlier, the forest floor, it's mostly slippery, so they advise that people don't run or tourists don't run when they are within the forest. So along the walking trail is a cool-off station where tourists can cool off with some natural stuffs like cocoa, coconut, honey, and even palm wine. Now let's hear some background stories on this national park, even how the name Kakum came about. It has some kind of very interesting story.
The word Kakum is the name of a river, also derived from monkey sounds. Kakum. So the monkeys named the river, we also named the park after it. That's Kakum National Park. In Ghana, we have 7 national parks and also other reserves. We have Kakum where you are. We have Mole National Park in the northern part of Ghana. We have Ankasa National Park, Chabobo National Park, Dija National Park, Bia National Park, and Bui National Park. You can visit any of them. At first, we're using this site as cocoa farm and oil palm plantation. We're calling it State Farm. We have the old forest, that's the primary forest. The primary forest was there since 1917, and they stopped them in 1992. So this is 30 years forest. Yes, we are protecting 360 square kilometers. That is the size of the park. 360 square kilometers. We also have communities surrounding Kakum National Park. Therefore, we cannot extend anymore. So this is strictly protecting. We say take nothing but photos, leave nothing by footprints. We don't cut trees anymore. We don't hunt animals. We don't even kill a snake from the park.
So earlier when I mentioned that there are a lot of activities to be done on this park, and of which the canopy walkway activity is one of them, let's get to hear the other activities that are also part of what you can indulge yourself in when you come here.
And here we have activities like canopy walkway, the one we are going to do. The last but not the least, we also do nature walk or hiking. We do bird watching early morning and evening. That's the expensive tour in Kakum National Park. We also do butterfly viewing. We do research and we do elephant tracking. You can spend the night in the tree house to see nocturnal animals. In the night, you come down and then you do the night walk. Today, we are experiencing the forest during the day. If you want to experience the forest during the night, you sleep in the tree house. We have a house built around a tree. That's a platform. You camp in it and then you do night walk.
So the park was primarily made to preserve the forest and the trees within, and also preserve some of the endangered species we have around.
We have animals, but very hard to see. The park is home to many global endangered species, including forest elephants. Forest elephants are much smaller than savanna ones because the forest is dense, it's close. Yes, so when you go to Mole National Park, the elephant there, the big one weighs 7,000 kilograms. When you come to the forest, they weigh 4,000. So they are much bigger than the forest one. We have antelopes, that's the dikers. We have monkeys. At first, we were having 6 primate monkeys. And because they were depending on special trees and people were logging trees, some are extinct, some are gone forever. So now we have monarch monkeys, spot nose and black and white colobus. We have leopards in the park. We don't have lions and tigers. We have bush babies. Have you heard about bush babies? They are like cats. They are small but very big round eyes. We have them in the park. We also have poto, P-O-T-T-O. Ghanaians, we call them apostle ubejim. Ubejim means you will leave it. They are very strong animals. When they catch you, very difficult to leave your hand. So our olden people were saying apostle ubejim. That's the local name for the poto. We also have tree haras or tree daisy or ria. They are like bush babies. They are living on top layers. That's the best layer of the forest.
There was one question that was boggling my mind as a child. My first visit to this national park was somewhere around 12 years, when I was 12 years old. And I heard the name canopy walkway. I understood what a walkway meant, but the word canopy was kind of confusing. Let's get to find out why it's called a canopy walkway.
When we say the best layer of the forest, in forest we have 4 layers, assuming you are dividing a tree into 4. The first layer is where we are. We call it forest floor. The second layer is understory layer. The third layer is canopy layer. And the last layer, the top layer, is emergent layer. Because we built the canopy walkway at the level of canopy layer, that's why we name it canopy walkway.
A lot of people ask, is it really safe to walk on this canopy walkway?
It was built in 1994 and commissioned in 1995 by 2 Canadians from Vancouver and 6 Ghanaians. Every 6 months we do maintenance. Every morning we do check before we use. It's very, very safe because it's a hanging or suspension bridge in between trees. Nothing is holding the middle. It's from one tree to the other. The distance may be 35 meters long. So when you step on it, to be dancing and wobbling like that, that doesn't mean you are going to fall. There's no way of falling. We have nets protecting the whole bridge. The height is 11 meters above the forest floor to 40 meters, 11 to 40. The more you go, the higher it becomes. We also have a shortcut, a bypass for those who cannot do all. That one is 2 bridges. We built that one for kids. It's meant for kids, not for us. The whole length is 350 meters long, and it can weigh a maximum of 4 to 8 tons. That's 2 forest elephant weight. On holidays, we are full from entrance to exit. Nothing happens. At the entrance, we've written Akwaba, means you are welcome to Kakum National Park. At the end of the sign, when we descend the steep hill that we are climbing, you see you survive. You surely survive the walk.
This place is very steep.
Do the rest of them not want to go on the scary one?
Yeah, they all left. We left them behind.
Yes! I made it. Are you tired? You're not tired?
It's humid.
Yeah, very humid.
Yeah.
Is it your first time in Africa?
Second.
Second.
Yeah.
Which country did you visit your first time?
Kenya.
Kenya.
Yeah.
Nairobi or Mombasa?
Nairobi.
What is bra?
Was it scary?
Yes.
So finally, I've been able to complete it successfully. I can tell it's not been easy. It's very stressful. It's very hot. It's very hot before you get to the canopy walkway. It's very humid and hot. But once you start climbing up the canopy walkway, the temperature reduces and it gets a little bit colder. You can tell I'm wearing a a jacket, a cardigan. It was colder. When we started walking, we started sweating, and then our body started heating up. But once we got onto the canopy, it got colder. The floor is very slippery.
So on this channel, I do travel content every now and then. So if travel content is something you really love, you should consider subscribing to our channel. And if you enjoyed today's video, please give us a like down below, as engagement and interactions like this is what helps our channel to grow and makes us stay on top of the algorithm so people can see our videos. I believe you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, please like our video, share so other people can see. And as always, until our next upload, stay positive. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.